All right, guys, here we are. Season 2, episode 8.
Ocho.
Officially dubbed The Shit Show.
Every day.
Episode 8, The Shit Show. So, Tony wanted me to get this very, he was very poignant about this.
Get it done.
Introduction. So, if you've been living under a rock for the last 9 months or whatever.
For the new viewers.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
How many of those have we gotten lately?
0.
One.
Uno? Dos? I am Jimmy, and with me always hosting Cards Corner, we have D-Mags to my left. And off to my right, the furry individual next to me is
Flocky.
Two-Tone.
It's Flocky.
Two-Tone Tony. Oh, is that what? Flock of seagulls?
Yeah, flock of
big
Flock of seagulls. All right. So, we're here to talk about everything card related. Now, we're going to go forward with some product review.
We had a week in between, so
What
lately we've been doing
in the
missing.
hell is going on with sports cards?
Just with the
Good Lord Almighty!
Just in general, or
Well, no,
what are you talking about? The price hikes? You just,
everything. Just when you think of sports cards, do you think it is a organized, concurrent thought? No, it is
It's chaos.
Absolute. It is nutty.
Every day it's still stores, like retail stores, are evolving. You're having to LCSs are evolving every day, trying to figure out how to really fly by the seat of their pants to keep things going for their customers. I mean,
Babe Ruth is selling for $760K.
anybody really, any card is seeking high value.
It is so crazy. I'm so far off my game that this is the first podcast I have not had alcohol.
But yeah,
That should concern.
that's a big thing.
Before, during, and after.
That should concern the two of you greatly.
Well, you look a little jacked without anything.
I'm a little. I'm flocked right now.
Like
Word of the day.
over the weekend, there was we had one customer who came in and he had a lot of older stuff, and he was a collector though. He was almost hoarder collector. He sounded like, I'm just not getting rid of anything. He's like, but what is the value? He was new to the generational of how to comp his card and realize what his value was.
You did very well with him, by the way. I don't know if I told you that, but you handled him pretty well.
Well, I appreciate it.
You did a great job.
I think he understood. He understood. He was
Thank you for saying that.
was a different individual.
Yeah, I mean we're starting to get an eclectic run of personalities.
For sure.
What kind?
Eclectic. I was a community college graduate. You're welcome. And we learned communicado skills.
Oh, you fellow linguist.
I totally miss when your phone vibrates 900,000 times during a podcast because I'm thinking like the roof is falling in. It's an earthquake. No, it's just your Facebook beeping. So
sound effects
I
coming
wanted to
from
talk
Stacey.
about that because that is most likely going to be the topic going forward is how chaotic everything is. And the reason why is that's all that anybody's talking about with sports cards, okay? Because the minute something new pops up, the story automatically goes back to how crazy grading is and how insane amount of money is flowing around the industry right now.
Yeah.
And you could say, hey, I got a Mickey Mantle. Great. PSA is a shit show, and there's lots of money to be made.
Because he was the one who had 2 Mickey Mantles that were not real. And he said
Correct, and I busted out mine
Yeah.
just to feel the
and
difference.
He knew. He definitely had. He was under the impression that they were not legit. He just wanted a confirmation. And so once he saw yours, just even visually, without even touching it, he knew, mine are bogus.
So last week I was asked to go on a podcast on the East Coast, and they interviewed me because they wanted an LCS's owner's opinion. And it's a guy that does a podcast for a living. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the interview. It was about 30 minutes long.
Okay.
I think we posted the interview link, right? Did we do that, producer? I thought so. Apparently not, because he would have definitely seen it, and he looks perplexed as to why I was doing this. What?
I think it was on the story.
Okay, so...
We'll see.
And they reached out to you.
Correct. Because of our TikTok, believe it or not.
Oh.
And that's hilarious.
They enjoyed our TikTok videos and reached out and asked if I would be a guest to talk about sports cards from an LCS point of view.
Talent around every corner.
But the questions that they were focused on, and it made me feel better because we talk about it a lot, is they asked me a lot of stuff about grading, and where I thought the market was going.
Yeah, and
No, but they had some very specific questions that I think we've touched on some of these, but we haven't gone into great detail with them. And we can go into that a little bit later, but it was a good interview. These guys are getting back into it. They're talking about sports cards. They're trying to get the CEO of HGA on to interview, and I think I've incorrectly. I think it's CSG, not CGC. For some reason, I keep calling it CGC, but the comic grading company
it should be CGC.
I was corrected the other day, and it's supposed to be CSG or something.
There's SGC and CGC.
SG, no, and what was it?
I think it's comic book grading. So
G.
But Robbie,
And
our
then
friend, told us that I was a CS something.
I think it's because it's their sports card division.
Oh, so it is CGC.
They're just
The conglomerate. It's just a division is CSG. Okay. So one of the things that they asked is there an ability for the secondary grading companies to catch up to PSA? And let's just assume Beckett is in that same category, even though we know the resale value of Beckett stuff is not quite there yet.
So everybody other than those top two.
Right. Is there a chance for those others to catch up? And I didn't
think yes.
I didn't have to think about it much. I said yes.
Yeah.
But it's going to require two things. One, people to be fed up with the status quo, right? Mm-hmm. To be pissed at Beckett and PSA.
Yep.
That is going to be first. Second is to understand the market and realize that if it doesn't say PSA, it's not toilet bowl worthy.
But
right?
if you look at it in like card sense too, I feel like it's the same way.
I totally agree.
Like,
can you do this once in a while? It makes me feel better.
Why, people's vision on PSA has to be the greatest. Like that has to be the prism.
Right. God, Beckett is Jesus.
Well,
everybody else is the disciples.
Why does it have to be, Prism and Mosaic have to be the top tier? And then Don Russ is the SG or CGC. That's why can't it be like it's all in the perception of everybody's eyes, and it's like why can't we change?
Because
why
people
does
are
it
set
have
in their
to?
ways.
Because
you're not going to train a new dog.
It's not even
an old dog. I mean,
it's not even a visual thing. I don't think PSA looks great. It's simple.
Maybe because it's been the status quo for so long that people are just not. They're just like accepting it.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, I mean, I would agree. All of you. I think you're all correct. Everything you said. I just think it's been that way, and people just now are like, okay. I mean, I don't think they have a reason for it. It's just okay.
Because also, people who are truly into their cards, they could see if, with their own eye, say you get a 10 PSA and a 10 HG. Is it what HG?
HGA.
HGA.
They're the ones that do the slabs to color match.
Yeah, if
the
you
card.
get a 10 on both of them, and you visually are looking at both cards, and you can't tell the difference between either one. Well, why? What's making you buy the left to the right? Like, why are you buying PSA?
Eye appeal.
For me, it's for me.
I mean, I would HGA seem to be appeal to me more eye appealing.
And right now, your dollar amount is probably less.
Yep.
To buy it, so it's like if you're visually looking at, you have both of them in front of you. Like it doesn't have to be. Oh well, I need the PSA for the higher resale value. Why don't you, go for the prospect card of HGA, you treat them as the prospect, the up and coming company, then that's going to be the one that turns into.
So
the
if
value
I have
later.
10 Mickey Mantles and I send one out to each company, say there's 10 companies,
yeah,
and they all come back with the same grade, which one holds the most value?
PSA. 100%, it does.
Traditionally,
that's
yes.
just the way. That's just by like the blind leading the blind.
Correct.
So there's a pecking order, and that's the pecking order that people are going to.
But yeah, that's just the way that people have. Like that's the way their mind is set because
Right.
everybody is just about the trend and what's. I just want to follow everybody else. Everybody's jumping into this and they don't know it. The difference. They barely know what the difference between a Don Russ or an Optic is. Like.
Well, this is the funny part, and I kind of relate this back to movie quotes, right? Because you like to do this crap to me
Very
all the
much.
time. So, but we're gonna do this. So you've been in the military.
Yes.
Okay, I've been a part of militant organizations, right?
Yes, you have.
DMAGs, I would imagine you've been in kind of a similar situation. In all the periods of time, like when you're in the military, did they ever teach you where chow was? No.
No.
What did you do when it was chow time? You just followed everybody else. Right.
The biggest
That was
long
actually
schools.
came from a movie too, but few good men when they're in the courtroom doing the thing. Anyway, so because of that, I think we just follow, right? We just the one
It's like the lemmings jumping off the
correct.
cliff.
You know, do you know where chow is? Yeah. Why? Well, because I followed everybody else when it was chow time. Well, that seems to be
Yeah, that's the grading way.
I mean, that's just an epidemic in anything. It's very American.
An epidemic during a pandemic.
But I think
Is that very American? Is that fair
Oh,
to
yeah.
say?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I think is you get an influencer like a Gary V or a Vegas Dave, and all of a sudden they start using, Company C instead of Company A.
But
Company
see,
C, all of a sudden,
then again-
there'll be a trend, and everybody will start going towards that. I mean,
but then
it's just that-
they are the same thing as a PSA. Those two guys that you're talking about, these big public speakers,
Influencers, yeah, whatever,
these
yeah.
influencers are the PSAs. You're listening to them just like you're going straight to PSA as the top grader. Like these are your so-called front runner guys that you're listening to. But why? Why is there not somebody who listened to Jimmy and says, I'm fucking taking this guy's advice? Like I'm following him.
But then you got PSA guys that are getting their cards back and don't agree with the final decision.
Oh Jesus, that's like going down a whole
And it's
separate.
like
I don't know.
Like-
I'm ripping this out and I'm sending it back to PSA, and then it comes back. Somebody else checked it.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot more. I don't know why you'd put 3
happens.
years of your
It
life.
happens.
it does happen.
He's seen he's
Oh,
shared
yeah.
it.
I've actually busted stuff out and resubmitted it for people. I'm to the point now where I'm just going to refuse to do certain things. Like I am not going to.
I think it's not your guys' benefit to do grading in shop. Period.
It's just
Man,
hard to
it's
get
just
headache
so time-consuming, too.
until the place expands and you've grown to where your brand is that big, and as a department that you can just deal with, they can just deal with that department.
Unless there's grading in house, I think it's pointless.
Well,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then the other question that they asked during the podcast is HGA made a very poignant point on their website about they're involving technology within their grading.
Yeah, the whole laser
AI
scan.
and all that kind of stuff, right? So the problem was after they released that, when I was doing the interview, the guys that were asking me the questions said, yeah, and today they took that part of it down from their website. And I said, well, that should scare people because think about it. If PSA and Beckett are the industry leader, and there was an easier way to do grading, right? Especially if it involved technology.
Yeah, they have the money.
Correct. More than anyone else by far.
all the resources they have.
Oh yeah,
Don't you think they'd be doing it? So the fact that a
little guy.
fifth tier,
Yeah.
right, that would concern me. Not that they don't have a good idea, but do they have the proper resources to really introduce that into the market to really make an impact? Because doing something like that, even if they have the idea good and they're almost there, can do more damage than good. Even if their intentions are pure.
Yep.
yeah. I look at it almost like as the possibility of, did they take something down so that the other companies aren't seeing what they're doing to try to compete with them now? Like, oh shit, did they do something that we should have been doing this whole time?
It could be, but I think the impression was
Oh,
they
shit, we
spoke
messed up.
out when they should. Like they
Yeah.
went, we can't really do it.
Yeah,
We thought we
were
could.
hoping, wishing.
We rushed to market and realized,
That's not.
oh no,
happening.
that's not a good idea.
It's next weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I got a question.
yeah.
All these expensive cards that that are coming up in the millions that are being graded and who insures these cards once they've been graded and they've been
yeah. No,
they've been assessed.
That's a good-
$3.4 million or 4.3.
I don't know. I don't play in
Is
that
there-
world, so
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a.
Well, you don't take it to Geico.
All state.
well, it
Farm.
was a pain in the ass to get our shop insured. So, and that's not even near
you ever- because of the
nature-
You ever
nature
get
of
that
the
money?
business.
No, not yet.
No money.
Not yet. Big old bag of D's.
It's coming with your stimmy.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, so it was kind of interesting, and the other
They sent you the check. It just went to PSA first. And
yeah, and Beckett, and they're all getting their chunk.
Your stimulus check is gonna be slabbed from
Right.
PSA.
So one of the things that we talked about is, and this is a subject that was touched on, and I was able to elaborate it during the interview, but why is it that quarterbacks are so valuable? Why is it
Once
that the
again,
sexy power hitter
just
is so valuable?
It's just following. It's just that's why I said for me, like this baseball season, to start off with the rookies, the guys that I'm chasing are pitchers, and they have no value, but that's who I want to collect.
But their question was,
I don't
is there
even care.
ever going to be an opportunity for a running back or a defensive player to gain value? And I said, absolutely.
Running back.
Or a great guard.
I mean, there is.
I don't see
Really?
I don't see defensive player just because they don't get enough statistics, but I could see a running back.
It just doesn't, but it doesn't matter necessarily the position. I just think it's when people start getting priced out of Joe Burrow
Yeah.
or getting priced out of buying that Justin Herbert, they're going to put their money into wide receivers
Justin
or running
Jefferson,
back
yeah.
or a defensive end or somebody else.
But-
I think when people get fed up and they're priced out, that's when the other cards will start to gain some value.
If this card hike, like the big boom, took off during McCaffrey's rookie year, would his cards be worth more now because of the timing? Because I know a couple buddies who have gotten some McCaffrey auto, RPAs for really cheap, or they were cheap on a freaking Raz. But I'm like, if that was right now, if McCaffrey had his rookie year right now, would it be a different value than, what it came to 4 years ago? And I think that's like this coming season, all the rookies that are coming out, I think Najee Harris is probably the big running back coming out of this class. But he's projected late first round. But you got like 5 quarterbacks once again.
I'm holding on to my Vaughns, that's for sure.
I mean, 5 quarterbacks that are coming out of this draft probably in the first round. And so it's still going to be, in the receiver range of this coming draft looks to be decently heavy, but I don't see anybody having a Justin Jefferson like impact. There are some teams who I feel like have no receivers. Detroit right now, if they get one of these rookie receivers with Jared Goff out there, I guess that guy can have a blow up year because they have no Marvin Jones, no Kenny Galladay, no receivers up there in Detroit. So a receiver there could be a promising big year.
Goff's the quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's Goffle.
The other thing I'm noticing too, and we'll kind of get around back to releases. Like releases have come out over the last couple weeks, and we just can't keep them on the shelves. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. People are they're scooping it up at, and dare I say, an alarming rate. I mean,
Well, yeah,
I got guys that are seeing me 3 times a day now, and multiple dudes.
Well, yeah, I've seen that.
So
Same as the retail hunters. I mean, they're in line.
and word is starting to get around that retail is being
Fizzled.
Yeah, is being phased out.
So in the last week,
Like holy,
Giving them less options.
oh yeah.
I say since Friday, retail has been stagnant, has been dry locally. There hasn't been anything, nothing replenished at all.
So we went and got a shelf for the supply area last night. And I just kind of went to look. And she goes, we haven't had anything in 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
And I made the comment about, are you going to continue to
Where
carry
was
them
this?
at Target?
Target, yeah. So she says yes.
She said, yes, but we're making plans. We are prepared. There will be some changes.
And people won't like them, she said.
Interesting.
Yeah, she wouldn't elaborate further, but
See-
changes and people won't like them.
Me personally, I've been, because I play the nice guy when I go and talk to them, and I try to sweet talk them and give them all the information they want. But I want them to take people's driver's license. Like when they try to buy something, I know it's crazy, but it's like take people's driver's license, limit them for the week.
I think we should take it a step further and make people deposit urine samples.
But they don't look at it like we do. They look at it as just they're selling a consumable.
They do.
And that's
Look,
it.
that's the thing is that locally they do look at it as a high item because that's what Fred Meyer's. You can buy 2 items. Period. It's not 2 like Target. They're actually letting you buy like X. They'll let you buy 1 of Pokemon, 1 of basketball, 1 of football. No, at Fred Meyer's it's 2. Period. They don't care what you're buying. It could be 1 blaster and 1 cello.
Right.
And so they're really making it strict. Target, they try to really pin it down to 1 of this, 1 of that. So I mean, they see it, but I think they have to try to eliminate the the posse of people behind them who are just like,
you
hey,
and your
come
90
on.
buddies, right?
But the
I'll give you $5.
LCS is doing that.
I'm sure there are some out there for sure.
I'm sure.
But
we're not engaging in that
The tricky
behavior,
thing
but-
is that you're never going to see the LCS owner, but you might see a minion.
Sure.
There'll be somebody affiliated who's doing the work for them.
Well, we get retail brought to us, and it's been coming consistently, flowing, and still won't disclose where he's getting it and how he's getting it, but he's getting it. So
And it is coming heavy. And,
And we're paying a fair price.
and we're paying way over what.
they're still paying. Yeah, you're paying way over.
Yeah, we're not getting it for his cost.
He still wants to make
but
his
it's still
nickel.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I mean, you have more megas than I think every store put together in Whatcom and Skagit County.
Since it's released,
Yeah.
probably.
I saw something when I was scrolling through Facebook today that said, if it was a shop, and it said, if you're sick of having to go to Target, wait in lines, and get asked out of nothing, then maybe you should come to our LCS.
Yeah. That's
Said that about us?
No, it was just
Oh.
LCS was saying that was
Well,
kind of their
because
advertising
you kind of had this
tagline.
proud look on your face, like, oh, well, why
I
would
thought
you
it
be
was clever. Like,
Yeah,
let's
I
start
mean,
It
going
is
to the
clever.
hobby
It is
store.
clever.
So the interesting thing that we're coming up to now is Topps Inception releases tomorrow. Now, Topps Inception for us was the very first release during COVID shutdown last year.
Oh, wow.
And I think we got maybe 3 or 4 boxes total on release day last year.
You've probably like sneezed at 3 boxes already.
Yeah, 19 boxes is what we've gotten
That's ridiculous.
for this release. Now,
But, any average Joe can just call up and get it at your cost, right?
of course not.
But that
We've had that
guy this
question
weekend.
several times. Well, why can't I just call up and get it what you pay for it?
Yeah.
Doesn't work that way.
I didn't even understand.
And I don't
like,
care
how
if his
you
name is Average Joe, anybody with the name Joe.
Yeah, I don't know how that was a logical thought process. Like, well, where can I get it at
Well,
your
but the
cost?
funny part is you turn around and flip the analogy, right, and go, okay, let's say you want a Kia. Do you go to the dealership and go, okay, I don't want to pay your price.
Yeah.
I want to pay the price that you paid.
Well,
so
I get it,
How can I
but-
do that?
But where can I get it at
And
that price?
they look at you and go, well, that's just ridiculous. No, you're asking basically the same thing.
Yeah, it's just a different market.
It's like going, okay, so I want to pay what Fred Meyer paid for the steak. I
Yeah.
don't want to pay Fred Meyer's price. I want to pay what Fred Meyer paid. Well, it doesn't work that way.
I got triplets, man.
getting-
Can I get discount on milk?
Getting product, especially now, is harder than hell to do. And to get an account, and not only just get an account, but you're and then put at the end of the line on how much product you're getting.
Do you think that if you would have started today, the shop, do you think that you would have already felt sort of like defeated if you were
Oh man,
starting
I
today?
would be done.
You started right now?
If I started today.
If you started today, do you feel like you would have just like, what the hell did I get myself into?
And the reason why is I would have a parade of people, coming through the door wanting product, and this is all that they would say they'd give me.
$1.
Here you go. Good luck. Let us know when you need more.
Can you
Or what?
split? Can you split it? Just
Right.
One. Everybody's coming in and doing breaks on.
So
the product.
people ask all the time, and it's like I honestly, looking at the market today and looking into where we started, I don't understand how we even navigated that minefield. I don't. But we did.
But timing is everything. It was just a great time. Like you were earlier than
Right.
the boom, but you were still early in your tenure to hit that boom.
The
and
thing
just sort of
that's
keep
crazy
going.
now, though, is everybody is, and I've heard, you probably heard it a bunch over this last weekend, but it was like, oh, great job, God, you must. I started the business because I was comfortable that I knew the market and there wasn't any mystery to the market
Yeah.
to me. I had a grasp of everything, and that might seem conceited for some, but I spent a lot of time learning the card business, right?
Product knowledge.
They looked at you as like you bought a good stock,
Right.
You way to go on GameStop.
Like, oh, you filled up your gas tank at the right time.
no,
Like,
I didn't. This is what I wanted to do. And
But right now, though, I don't understand the market at all.
no,
Like, they
it's-
ask me, I'm like, alls I know, I keep my wall full.
Yeah.
They keep coming.
That's all that matters.
But trying to understand trends or what to do or,
fads.
yeah,
Pokemon.
fats and everything. Alls I know is I'm 16 pounds lighter than the last time I went to the doctor. So.
There you go. That's
Look
all
the
that
same.
matters.
Anyway, so we're going to do a preview rip. We're going to do a preview rip of Inception. The funny part is I keep thinking back to when we got our initial and everything else. This box, I remember when it creeped up to about $80 retail, people started pitching a fit about paying that price.
$80.
Why? Because they didn't feel the product, what was in it.
Because we were buying it
Worth
for
it?
super cheap, and it was a $75 box a year ago.
And now,
It is release price tomorrow is $165.
That's actually not that bad.
That's why the market's booming.
Yeah.
It's that kind of attitude right there, guys. That in a nutshell. So here we go. We're gonna do a little.
It's you have to continue to go in that mindset of just like way in comparison to where everything else is currently.
And that's true. I get that. But for those of us that have been in the game a little bit, it's like, whew, man, it is bizarro world.
Well, it's
to
not a
no
$7
end.
junk wax box like it's,
Absolutely.
or it's not like, I mean, just for an example, your 2001 Topps Series 2 box of baseball cards that you got in
Yep.
recently. On that box, on the box, manufactured box, not like a company put a sticker on there.
Right. It was printed in the
It's printed on the box.
factory.
$29.99. $300 today.
Yep.
Later.
20 years later, it went up. What is that? 3,000.
how much are 88 Fleer basketballs going for? Packs?
Oh Lord! I mean, like Michael Jordan
Yeah,
stuff.
dude.
Oh, 86, 87. You're looking at tens of
86,
thousands of dollars per pack.
Pack.
Yeah.
So we're scheduled to go to the National. So Stacey and I are going to go. There's going to be some dude. I guarantee it. We're walking through the floor, and he's going to be ripping a box of 86, 87 Fleer. He is going to pay his $500,000, and he's going to be ripping it right there for, us and God and all our glory to see.
and hopefully,
guarantee it.
Hopefully, all the
Guarantee it.
cards aren't stuck together because that was the issue with the 2001.
And can you imagine, just imagine you taking that gamble? I mean, I don't have a $500,000 laying around to do it, but just assuming I did, there's no guarantee that you get a Jordan out of the damn box.
yeah.
Could you imagine $500,000 and no Jordan?
If he wants to buy NBA hoops, you can
That's
get
petty
a
cash,
LaMelo
though.
in the
Dude,
same
it-
spot.
dude,
in every
those who
box.
have that,
It
it's
makes
petty
me
cash.
sick to my stomach to even think about it. Like,
It's
I
petty
will
cash
throw
time.
up for the sake of the guy, because that is just like you'll see me just walking
stand
down
by
and
him.
then just turn around and just be like, "Rrr." What happened? He didn't get a Jordan. It's not even his box. I know. He cares.
Yeah, that's
Then again,
What
it might be Jordan himself. He's a
sympathy
gambler.
pains.
Yeah.
What was the pack that Summit sent you? Because that was like a $300 pack.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 91 Nike exclusive issue Michael Jordan set. It was a pack of cards, but it was supposed to be like a 10 card set. So a friend of ours sent it to us, and it's dope. It's factory sealed.
You opened it?
I haven't opened it. No.
Okay. You're not going to open it? Are you going to grade it?
He will in 25 years.
And then we have a friend of ours that put on loan the 85 star jumbo Michael Jordan set. 85 star set, Michael Jordan on the front. Set is worth $8,000 right now. Jumbo cards, 50 card set. Like they're 5x7 cards.
Shit.
And Jordan on the front easily is three to 4,000 by itself raw.
Wow.
So anyway, let's get into this Inception, because Inception is beautiful.
I
We
like
can
the
complain
artwork.
about the prices, you can complain about everything, but I did open a box when it got here, and if we have enough product, I always do that to get a lay of the land. So when I get into stuff, I know what I'm talking about right away.
So it is a 7-card pack. So 1 pack per box, 1 autograph. Either it could be a autograph or an autograph relic, 2 parallels, and 4 base cards.
No redemptions.
Goes from green 195, magenta 99, red 75, orange is 50, blue is 25, and then the Uno of Uno is the
Now,
Inception.
the thing that I've noticed about Inception in the past, and it seems to be the same here, typically thick cards automatically start chipping, right?
Really,
They start
yeah.
to have corner issues. Inception has always been pretty strong as far as
Yeah, I
the
feel like-
relics and the thicker stuff
I feel like
turning
the whole
out okay.
damn thing is thick. Like every card was,
Oh, it's sick. She's
was
got
chunky.
a fat.
she was chunky. Inception
You notice
was
I
conception.
tailed off when I did. She got a fat.
Let's see.
All right.
Let's see a Christian El Pache.
All right.
The Apache.
All right, so it looks like we're going to go with this on the front. So we got the green Manny Machots in the pinstripe. Oh, there's my boy right there.
A little white boy.
Can he say that?
Yeah,
Big white boy.
Evan White. Stacy looks intrigued. Evan White, Evan, by the way, you still have the standing invitation. You will be coming to Seattle here soon. The camp is breaking. Please come up to
on
Turf and
over,
Dirt.
come
I
on
will
over,
be
baby.
happy to buy you dinner, lunch, and a cup of coffee, all at the same time.
Come visit your museum.
Yeah.
We got Starling Marte, but he's a good-looking baseball player, right? I mean, you see that and go, damn.
That's a nice
More than
car.
Alec Baum?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
crazy.
Bomb's insane. All right. Next up, we got Charlie Blackmon, and they're all wearing neck face masks, which is
Chuck
beautiful.
Nasty.
All right, here we go. Next one. Matt Chapman.
And a little
That's
chappy.
going to have to go right to D-Mags. He
Little-
gets to take that home with him tonight.
I'll take a chappy.
Got a green. Nate
Nate
Pearson.
Pearson.
I'll
There
give
we
that
go.
to you right now. There you go. Merry Christmas.
There we are.
All right, here we go. Are we ready? Here's
Look at the edge. Is it the edge or the corner? Can you see something already?
what can you tell from that?
No, I can't tell who the player is. No, I can't tell anything.
Yeah, Tom.
I'm talking about the edges.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks good. Here we go. Oh, look at that.
That's some color.
That is some chunkiness. 120 Sam Huff.
3-color.
I've been
Three.
getting a- I
Oh,
pulled
look
a-
at that. And the sock has come up. See that?
Oh God, the fur. Yeah,
That's got to be worth extra.
that's threads. Damn, that is some threads coming through. I pulled a lot of huff out of Don Russ.
Sam Huff is a stud. He
I
won
pulled a
MVP
lot
of
of
the
stuff.
Futures game, not last year before. Futures game MVP Sam Huff. Julio Rodriguez just hit a solo home run in the top of the 5th. So that is Inception in a nutshell.
They're nice cards.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Is that a $165 box?
Well, okay, so let's see.
So
Nate Pearson.
one quick thing, though, before we get into the logistics of that, do we distinguish the difference between PC you don't put a price on, or is everything priceable? Do you follow what I'm saying?
I go with the first part because, so yes, like for me, if this was my box, yeah, I got a Chapman, got a PC guy out of it. Like I'm good.
I got my Evan. I'm happy.
I'm good. Like Evan White, that card, what? It's just a base card.
You're coming around.
The base card, what? What?
Jimmy would have paid $165 for that on eBay just alone.
So this
Cha-ching.
Huff's
I'm
probably
thinking about taking her mic away. Okay, so what? Yep.
it's out of 120.
120.
So what? You're probably saying $50.
Yeah, but I'm all about capitalization on the market.
Yeah.
$980. Just see what happens.
The Nate Pearson green.
Now that's pretty sick because he is a power pitcher from Texas.
I thought green said numbered, but it does not say numbered. So is anybody else?
Just be the print run. It's not serial numbered. It's just numbered to
Uh, is anybody else
Wow.
numbered there?
Did you? It's because you had soup, right?
So if I went strictly on if I'm selling each card, no, it's not a $165 box. No.
Nobody else.
So then how, so how do you deal with the guy then that goes, well, just F it. This is stupid. I'm done. Like,
Then go buy a lottery ticket. Go buy $165 worth of lottery tickets.
shit, he went there. Huh?
Yeah, go buy $165 worth of lottery tickets and at least win $50.
Call PSA, see if they answer.
That's all I want.
To see how hard that would be.
Yeah,
right?
just hit $50 because that's what say this box was worth $75. Like, okay, go spend $165 on lottery tickets and get me $75.
Should I really freak him and do a Panini one and we readdress this question?
He says yes.
Panini one is right here.
Should we do that? Just no. We got the two. Did we sell those two? No, we should add two left after that sale. So if I do one, there's one left.
Oh, there's one on the table.
Yeah. So let's do this. just for the sake of argument, we're going to do this, and we're going to
Little added bonus.
we're going to reevaluate the question.
Why don't you do plates and patches?
Now, are you just now doing it just for the entertainment value, or are we really going to do the nitty gritty of? I don't care.
For value, because you're really only getting literally one card.
Let's do the plates then. Let's do that one.
Because
But I want to address this. I want us to seriously consider this topic.
all right, we already know Juju. You sold the Juju the other day for
I undersold it though, but yeah.
$1.25 or something.
Yeah.
What was it? Like
125, I think.
And
I
so
got.
out of a $600 box, we know that the likelihood, the odds are super low.
So let me ask you: you're being a Burrow fan. The redemption I pulled, the Burrow patch auto to
Yeah.
35. What do you think the value of that would be?
To 35.
Yeah, when the base is to 125. Because I don't know. I mean, because it's so upside down right now, I just don't know. Does that make sense?
$45.
I'd say you're getting over 2.
You think so?
Yeah, I'd say you're probably pushing close to 2,500.
All right, so here is the experiment. So we opened up Inception 165. Plates and patches is 390. So I can tell you right now, our cost on what we re-upped on, they were over $300. So let's just do a breakdown, a $300 box.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. From my perspective.
And you're getting one auto, one mem,
And one print
and
plate.
one printing plate.
Okay.
So if there is a Burrow printing plate,
You know I pulled one, right?
Burrow printing
Uh-huh.
plate,
Should be behind me.
You didn't call him?
I did not know you pulled it. So then, what was that value?
150.
Really?
Yeah.
The printing plate?
Yeah.
Oh, man, off the bat.
Justin Herbert, rookie.
Well, there you go.
And is it numbered?
It doesn't even have to fucking be
To
numbered.
99. So that right there
That-
gets you probably half your box.
That right there is that is your box.
You think so?
Yeah, because his base of any other damn card is $100, like 75 to 100.
I want to take his temperature because his shit's rising a little bit. I think.
His eyebrows are changing.
Do you do that?
Yeah, his eyebrows are going down. I don't know.
You're heated now. I can tell. I can feel it.
This guy's angry eyes coming.
Okay.
Well,
here we
I
go.
could. That's I can see it. There you go.
All right. So this is going to be a. Okay. Here's what we're gonna go back card first. Now that's an interesting to 35 Antonio Gandy Golden.
There you go, rookie.
Okay. So this next one, the CeeDee Lamb, I don't think is going to be. It's just going to be a patch. Fairly chunky
Yeah, it's
to
a
99.
Good patch.
Damaged as shit though. See that?
Ooh.
Look at how crunched that is.
From here, I see it. Oh, no,
Oh.
yeah. Somebody stuck their nail in
So,
that thing.
producer, we're gonna do something about that, correct?
So that was a good card. Daniil Hunter.
Take it up the value if it was resellable.
We got, is it Daniil or Danielle?
Daniil.
Daniil Hunter to 99. It's not bad.
On card?
And the recently retired Drew Brees print plate
Okay, now that's
from
that's probably worth something because of that.
No, but just assume this was yesterday before his announcement,
Yeah.
even including the damaged card.
If this wasn't damaged, is that what we're going off of?
Well, just ignore that card. Does that get you $300 back? Herbert's in pretty good shape. So I don't think it does. I think you get 250-ish, not including that.
not including this.
Correct. My gut tells me around 250.
Yanni Golden.
I mean, a Breeze print plate has got to be a hundo. Today's valuation would be a hundo, probably $50 yesterday.
Before retirement?
But
Yeah.
does the print plate card matter?
Because it's legacy.
Because
is
it's
that what-
legacy. So
Because legacy is
because
not a big brand.
The Burrow I pulled right was Donruss Elite in his LSU uni,
Oh, okay. So then that's
and
why
that was a 150.
That's why-
But if
okay.
it was an optic print plate,
Then I shit myself and I squeal like.
so
a
does the
girl.
legacy obviously brings it down in value.
Yeah,
right?
I guess because that is one of the lower tiers. So I'd say maybe $40
For the
for the Breeze.
okay.
We'll give Herbert $1.75. I say at least
Herbert's definitely the money card.
I got to at least go 175 on Herbert. So you're looking at about what? 215.
That's in good shape too. Damn.
$215. The Neil Hunter is you're probably not selling that for more than $15.
Can you get me 100-point top load?
Okay, so I'd say I'll give you $250 without CD lamb.
Stace, can you make sure you open up the fresh pack because I want Herbert needs clean underwear.
I'll give
That's
you.
how I refer to it as. Clean
I'll give you
Is that your
$250.
new motto?
250 without CD.
$250 without CD. I'm gonna look at that, Burrow.
So let me ask you a question though, and think about it while you're looking. What's your better value here? What you saw, plates, or are you all in on Inception?
Well, and then I didn't fucking see this plates and patches T. Higgins here. Jesus.
You don't have to call me by my proper name. Jimmy is fine.
I'm going plates.
Okay. It's a worthwhile experiment, I think. Don't you think, Stace? Worthwhile experiment. Herbert's got clean underwear.
For the value, I still think plates and patches.
Okay.
But I guess the hard part is we're looking at baseball to football, because that's a big difference as well.
Yeah.
Because if it was plates
There's more higher valued coming out of football than baseball.
if it was plates and patches,
Well, I'm top lower sleeving that.
football and baseball, if it was the same product, which one are you getting more out of?
But I'm going to tell you right now, Inception, much better looking.
It is visually, but then also the other thing is, do people like the actual image or the artwork? Like, because that's what Inception is. It's artwork. It's not like an actual photograph.
Well, what do you think, Tony? I mean, you're coming into this, the least of us, let's be honest, you're
Plates
not
for me
quite
by
the card
far
guy.
because of the fact of the photograph. Like you said, it's art. This is an art.
I like this
Is.
Inception.
I like them both, but
Yeah.
I mean,
If you had to choose, it would be plates.
it would be plates. Just by seeing what you're getting out of it, and yeah,
Okay.
I think it offers or guarantees
You
you
want me to
more.
sleeve your
It guarantees
Chapman for you?
it guarantees you more. I think.
I'm such a good host.
I'm curious. Let's see. Justin
Sleeving
Herbert
his shit
to
for
what?
him, too.
Justin Herbert
99.
out of 99.
It's probably some snot-nosed kid sold it for like 88 cents to make his credit card payment.
Plates and patches.
It wasn't Daniel Jones.
Yeah, it's 8 of 99. Oh, So basically,
don't.
I can make this an eBay one of 62.
Why is that?
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Uh,
Everybody else does it. Why
what
can't
did
I?
I said?
Premeditated.
You said
throw a
175.
couple-
I said 175.
You can do a couple of.
I guess I was too excited.
Don't
SPs.
tell me that. Okay.
I see now.
Is it even a hundo?
Now this is the thing. Like, I'm having a hard time with the value justification because,
It's not what you want to see.
I love the fact that my topics are making his head blow up.
well, no, it in a way it is what I want to see. I mean, because they're saying, and by looking at this, comping this, plates and patches is a better, more affordable product than Optic. But not
Okay.
really, because you got
It's not,
you
but
got
yeah.
5 cards, right,
Yep.
out of plates and patches.
1 damage, so technically
Well,
4.
but yeah, 5 cards at $390.
Mm-hmm.
So an Optic hobby box was it was 4 cards at 18 packs.
Optic football hobby
Yeah.
was $1,000. It's
But it was
4
8
cards, 20 packs.
20 packs. So
Yeah.
so basically
80 cards.
But if you times this
Mm-hmm.
by so 80 cards, I don't know what the hell we're doing, like there's no way, because so Inception your
Plates.
plates at 390, I just don't see the value, because a base card of Justin Herbert base out of Optic goes for what this sold for.
Okay.
Why? But that's what I'm saying is like this technically is the higher priced card, because there was
It's numbered.
but it's the value of price of per card when you do 390 divided by 5 compared to 1,000 divided
It's
by
got a higher, yeah.
When you break it
per
down.
Card, yeah. You follow him on that?
Yes.
Why is
C.
this one
There you go.
not? I feel like it should be worth more.
Okay.
It was
What did
$71 is what the highest I saw.
Oh, man. Can you talk about stick it in and break it off? All right.
Yeah, I mean that's
Dry.
I saw lower than 71. I just gave you the higher price. $42.69. 14 bids.
Okay.
Somebody should. And out of 35,
Well, Jimmy's an influencer.
out of 35 sold for $66.
Am I an influencer? I'm just throwing that out there because you like to do Mr. Funny Man time. Is that what we're
Is that
doing?
what you call it?
Funny man, Mr. Funny Man time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I have a hard time. I think it should be worth more than Optic.
So my guess is if you saw that card for $70 in a shop somewhere, you'd
Sold.
snap it up immediately.
So if this is 'cause
Yes.
Herbert's prices has been more than Burrow's. So you're telling me then if you would have pulled a Burrow out of 99,
that would have been a $40 card.
40 to $50.
Yep.
I'm taking it. I'm taking it for out of 99 for my PC. Like that, and that's I think it's asinine. I mean, I've taken. I don't see a base card really.
Plus, he's a far better player.
I know Burrow.
Burrow or
is.
Herbert?
No, Herbert.
Oh, ouch. All right.
It's
All right.
It's interesting. I mean, when you
But this is the dilemma of today. Your brain tells you one thing, your heart says something
But
else.
see, I don't think enough people put as much strain to the thought process.
I don't think so either.
And so that
So it's an impulse thing, you mean?
I sit here and try to think of like the price per card, per this, per that, per this,
Kinda.
per number.
Yeah.
And that's where my brain thinks. And it's like that's why I actually enjoyed Don Russ ripping is because
Well, until tomorrow, then it's no more.
But
fun.
still,
not
it's a
as
crap.
fun.
It's a crap ton of packs, and every pack you're getting a numbered card.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're pulling something out of it.
Dude, Don Russ, whether it would be football or baseball, for me, oh man, I see it and I feel it and I smell it, and it's like that was the ultimate grind. Like, if I wanted to prove at least to myself that I was a card guy,
Yeah,
I would grind out that box to match what I paid. If I could do that, just break even.
Oh,
Man, the feeling, the sensation of I can legitimately stand up and say I'm officially really a card guy because I can grind this baby.
so
out.
in my 2 boxes that I bought of Don Russ baseball, not licensed,
If you do at the hockey, you definitely
not
do.
licensed, I say I could buy. I can make double my money with what I pulled out of my 2 boxes of Don Russ.
you
I
did
think
pretty well, yeah.
I think I could double my money with what.
But I
pulled.
haven't seen. I mean, I've seen the autographs be a little bit
autographs are
lesser,
big.
but it's your parallels and numbered cards
Yeah.
that's your jam. In
But
that.
in Don Russ football, you're not getting hits in every pack. Really, it's a lot of base and an insert.
Yeah, but you're also getting a lot of numbered. It's not near as frequent as baseball. But you're still getting a lot of parallels
Yeah.
and number. But the problem is we're jaded with football, right? Baseball, I feel that most product are still a big question mark.
Well, yeah, it's. I mean, still the whole licensing thing. I think it scares people away from it. I mean, because I saw out of KB's break, he posted a couple of his hits, and I was in. It was like an Unleashed and a Mike Trout variation, and I'm like, "There's no way that was all that you in that entire
So
box."
you feel he was kind of probably misreading the box.
Yeah, I was like, "This is what you're pointing out." These two
That's-
cards.
I can
Like,
see
there's
that.
no way. I barely could take two pictures of the amount of stuff that I felt like I had that was
That's
worth it.
nice, yeah.
So
That's cool.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's
It's how
Anyway,
you look at it. I
so-
mean, it's what you want to make of what you're pulling.
Inception's releasing tomorrow. Later in the week, we'll be doing a preview rip for Turf and Dirt, Pokemon. We'll do that on Friday. What is coming up next week, producer, product wise? Can you refresh my
NBA
memory?
stuff.
Revolution came out last week.
Revolution came out. We didn't do a preview rip just due to the amount of boxes that we only got 3.
It's a good looking product.
It's a good looking product.
If I was an NBA card guy,
I sampled a pack, and it looks the same as every other year.
Yeah, if I was an NBA card guy, I would buy it.
What's it going for?
44 a pack,
It's sharp. It's
but you're
got
not
some
getting
bling.
hits out of it. The hit is the numbered card. There's 1 numbered card per box.
Per box.
Per box. Only 4 rookies per box.
It's just blingy.
It's blingy.
Sure.
So next
People
week,
like that.
So next week is, as long as it doesn't get pushed, because this got pushed, Upper Deck Series 2 hockey,
Okay.
opening day, absolute memorabilia basketball,
Absolute.
Is that like Leaf? Like
No, Absolute Basketball.
Absolute. Yeah.
okay, yeah. Don't put memorabilia in
Well,
there
that's
because
what they-
that
that's
freaks.
the
No,
title of
it's
it.
Absolute Basketball. Are we getting enough to do a preview rip of Absolute?
I didn't pull numbers.
Okay, and what else?
Heritage.
Heritage,
Baseball?
Heritage, regular Heritage. Okay.
Lumber
Oh,
from
that's,
Leaf.
dude, that's gonna be sick. Lumber Kings from
Okay.
Leaf. We have a case plus, right?
Yes, a case plus 30.
That's bat knobs.
30?
3.
That's where they sawed bat knobs and embedded them into
Oh,
cards.
gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's-
yeah.
That's nameplates off of bats. It's
That's
dude,
pretty clean.
it's sick, and that is our first.
Your 44 ouncers.
Right, that's our first full case, like big boy product from Leaf as being direct. Right?
There you
Yes.
Is that's our
I wouldn't
first
count
product.
the blasters as a.
I wouldn't either. So that's our first big boy. By the way,
And-
we did buy 2 boxes that were limited, scarcely limited today.
This girl had fast fingers.
Fat fingers?
Fast
fat,
fingers.
Fat.
Like fasting.
Is that a good thing?
Fat. Like PHAT.
Shit fast.
PHAST.
So what was it was Emerald, right? Something?
Emerald.
Lagasse?
Everything is supposed to be numbered to
5 or
under
less.
5.
The cooking guy?
Yeah, he's numbered to 5 or less.
And it sold out in 1:48 seconds. And you only could get
each
2.
order was 2 boxes.
So I got my 2 and I went back in right away.
But what was the product again?
Lumber.
Lumber Kings Emerald.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I couldn't get my other
What are those
2
retailing
boxes,
for?
but I have
Oh,
2.
Lord.
Per pack.
So we were driving home, and she's like, "You want me to get these?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." And I committed to it before I realized, oh,
Of course you did.
But it's a Leaf. It's got to be at least somewhat.
It's pretty good. It'll be
And
pretty
you're
good.
a Leaf guy.
Now, so we got our numbers coming up for pro debut, right? We got
Hold
our
on,
numbers.
can I finish the list?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Still
Encased
going.
football.
Okay. So we're going to talk about Encased real quick because we were told that we're getting 3. That's it. 3 boxes of Encased. However, we have been given 4 boxes of National Treasures football. That's big boy product. And we're getting, which is currently retailing at $4,500, Flawless football.
Oh,
We didn't even put it in for it. They called us up and went, "Oh yeah, we're giving you some." So be
Giving
prepared.
for free.
Let's call it Jesse.
Yeah, it doesn't work
When,
that way.
when they say giving, I would say just let you know. Giving means thank you. Yeah.
So
And those are all pre-invoice prices.
yeah, wait until we get it. Yeah. So
The
I freaked
amended-
out though. I know. Driving home, I had a panic attack because let's put it this way: if NT was selling at $4,000 right now, right? National Treasures football NFL version.
That was a pre-order on sale.
And I'm thinking to myself, okay, so 4,000. Usually, you can kind of try to gauge what you're going to pay for it. I'm thinking around $2,000 times 4. That's $8,000. What?
For 4 boxes.
So I
The UPS guy driver would shit his
yeah,
pants
I had a
at
panic
COD.
attack. Luckily, Stacy alleviated it while we're pulling in. I won't say what the numbers are because people would probably freak, but it's not that bad. So we'll see what happens. But yeah,
How about select? How many boxes do you think you're getting?
we're getting almost a case. We're getting 8
Okay.
select football.
And that one's still going to be pretty pricey.
Maybe $1,000-ish. I mean, Prism basketball is due to release soon, and it's $3,500 right now. And that's standard Prism. That's not like Prism with bling.
Yeah,
Or,
God.
Prism with a bro hug. It's no.
Jeez.
It's pretty bad. So,
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised with how many football titles they're still releasing.
but here's the question, and here's the thing, and we're gonna go into our break, okay? But I want you to ponder this, and coming out, we'll talk about this question. Did you guys bring topics with you today?
No.
Mentally.
Okay, so I have mine. We'll kind of ramp up too. Coming out of the break, we'll do yours. But I want to marinate on this one. So I kind of gauge the print run based on our release amounts, right? As we were explained, when our distributor goes, okay, you're getting 3 boxes of something like Pro Debut,
Yeah.
which that's what only we're getting, which is a super low end product.
Yeah.
He always buffers it first by saying, Jimmy, don't freak out. This has been printed a third as much this year. That's why the low numbers. So every product, it seems that we're getting a small
Low.
amount, like Encased next week, only 3 boxes. Does that mean they're just not printing much of it?
Same with Donruss basketball. With the
Donruss
one box.
basketball, we got 1. Now they won't come out and say for sure, but they allude to the fact that they're printing far less.
Or just more retail.
Do you think that's the case, or do you
I
think
don't-
they're
in Don
withholding
Russ?
it? So,
With Don Russ, it could be a possibility, but
so we'll ponder that question going into break. Coming out of break, we're going to do our topics. We're going to do Ask Cards Corner. We're going to go live on Insta the minute we roll out. And we'll kind of just carry on the fiasco of shit, what's going on around us today,
Yeah.
right? All right, guys. So come back and see us on the flip side.
And we're back.
All right. So
we're all warm
he's
and
bored.
fuzzy.
He's super drunk. I am the soberest of us all.
What's he drinking?
I'm warm and fuzzy.
I don't know,
I already
he's warm and fuzzy. You all right?
I'm good. I'm just.
Are you seeing bats and shit, or
I just definitely.
did you have a roofie? Did you roofie yourself? Are you gonna go home and violate
That's
yourself?
possible.
Like you seen that?
My
meme?
wife might have done it
You
before I
seen that
left.
meme? You seen that meme like rookie assassin, and they pour the poison in the cup.
Oh, there's my
They
koozie.
pour the poison in the cup, and she stirs it with a finger and goes like this.
At least you don't have to work tomorrow.
That is
got a day off.
That's my last day of my
There you go.
10-day staycation.
So, I'm doing the research for the show today. Thing popped up on my phone, and I couldn't believe it.
Russell Wilson still with the Seahawks.
Oh, well, I can believe that just because, that. Anyway, so the NBA Top Shot, we've barely touched on it when it released. Do you remember that?
Mm-mm.
That's the thing that the NBA is doing where you're trading around like highlights of a player, almost like a card,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I've read that since it's released, you know what I'm talking about. They've done almost $200 million in sales for shit on your phone only.
So for bunt,
Correct. That kind of thing. So Rob
how much?
I play it.
So
Rob Gronkowski.
Rob Gronkowski decided to release a
Sex tape.
NFT cards. So there's a designer, Black Madre, who's created some digital art cards of Rob Gronkowski. There are 4 cards for his Super Bowl trophies, right? So
Okay.
in different unis and all that.
Yeah.
They did a 5th low numbered card. All the cards are digitally signed.
They're what signed?
Digitally.
Digitally.
Now, these are and the article is very specific about saying this is not an actual card. This is a picture of a card on your phone. The weekend that he released it, he did $1.2 million in sales, Gronk did, releasing his 87 card
Set
digital card set.
collection.
What in the hell?
This is along the lines of what we were talking about earlier, just people following.
So they were sold on a program that's called OpenSea, which is a digital marketplace for crypto collect. I didn't even know there was a freaking name for it. Apparently there is. It's
Crypto.
called Crypto Collectibles.
It's the only blue. They only like blue cards, though. They don't have.
See, look at this guy. He's already sucked in. He's like,
They don't
sign me
have
up.
the blood collectors.
I'm going to pay for it with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I was gonna get you an Inception's Evan White Tops Bunt, and you could have it on your phone
It's
on
bunted
eBay for $1.
Is it like bunted to cake?
That's just it's ass a 12. I don't understand why people like there
Where's
shouldn't
my pen?
that shouldn't even be a thing.
I was about to draw a big old middle finger and show it
That
to you.
shouldn't even be a thing. There shouldn't be any digital card. It's like what's the other one that
Like your
you get-
redemptions?
What is the redemption one? The
Blockchain.
the blockchain.
Digital blockchain.
Yeah, that's a
So,
shit show.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around it, right? Because I'm assuming not just mouth breathers on the planet are buying this stuff, right? There's got to be fairly intelligent people putting their money in. $200 million in sales for the Top Shot stuff. They can't all be
But it's like Bitcoin.
Right.
It can't all be.
But
like
it's
from Johnny down the road.
But it's like Bitcoin people. It's the guys who are trying to catch a trend, catch a fad before it's probably not going to go anywhere. But they think that it just on the weird chance it might.
But I
they
took
want to
it,
be on.
but
it.
I took it to the next level of okay, so because certain people put so much stock into their phone, in their usage and
Yeah.
how much they interact with it, does that just create a pseudo market for something as ridiculous as this? You follow my. Like, it's just our over obsessiveness with it. Because look at how many times he looks at his damn phone during the damn podcast. Damn, 90 times.
I could be the guy looking.
But
up the
damn,
information.
he's like the first guy that would stand in line and go, "Yep, sign me up." Does that show just how incessant our use of
Just think in the
cell
future.
phones
In the
are?
future, it'll be a hologram.
For me, I don't know.
I don't. It's
Because-
funky.
For like how I put my collection, or you have your Evan White collection. If it's on your phone, how do you display it? You can't. Nobody else
Yeah,
could
I mean,
see it.
I don't. I'm having a hard
You don't
time
have-
wrapping my.
If you have 100 card collection
The
of
ones
Evan
who
White,
can see it are the other guys that are partaking.
I would
in
love to have it if there is somebody out in the community that is a crypto collectible person.
holla at us.
Yeah, send us a message. Help us understand, because I didn't even know there was a freaking name for it, and we're calling it crypto collectibles now. Yeah, it's a little. I don't know. It bugs me. I'm bothered by the things I don't understand.
Yes, you're
Be-
one of those. You're analytical,
Because
Is that what that means?
it's not logical.
right?
To me, it isn't. I mean,
No.
to them, it
Next
must.
time, next it'll be, hey, you want to see my card? And it just projects a hologram here. You can see it like a freaking.
Yeah, but that's kind of cool, right? Like,
That's like Jetson.
I mean, looking at the photo on your phone, you're just like, yeah.
I could
you know?
screenshot.
That's like the what's that movie with the Valerian?
I could screenshot it.
But the other thing too is like those that, because we've seen people pay tens of thousands of dollars for the digital blockchain coming out of Panini.
yeah, I think it's them. But whatever.
What the hell? Like, how does that even make sense? And the other question would be, and I wrote this down, is 1.2 million. So is OpenSea on the dark web?
I thought it was on the ocean.
Like on tour?
I just thought it was.
I thought there was a dark. There was a
There
thing
is a
called
dark
web.
Yeah, there is.
Is it
I know
only?
you're a believer
Underground.
in
Is it only
aliens and stuff.
OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
like is OpenSea just like an exclusive club? Because
I
don't
don't
you
know.
think
It's a
as
swingers club.
Really? Are you heading there after?
At this point, I might.
I totally
down the
think he
street here.
roofied himself. Yeah, it's in the back of hardware sales.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's my boy?
Hard
what's my
on
boy-
sales.
What's his name's there? Probably John or
Hard on
what's his name?
sales?
John.
Is that
John.
what
What's
you-
John? Is it John or James or what's his name? That gave me all the Philly cards.
Jim.
James.
James.
Oh, yeah.
James there.
Really, that's a lot of respect for that man who gave you a bunch of free stuff. What's his name? Bob?
Jimmy.
Bobo? All right, so I thought about that. It drove me insane. I can't wrap my brain around it. I was hoping you guys.
I have
you know,
no- I
that
have
was
no
that was
idea.
pre-drunk.
I have no
and
interest.
pre-beard stroking.
I have no interest in collecting
Whatnot.
digitally.
What do you think, producer? How do you feel about those things?
More
You know, it'd be
sauce-
super
more
fun
soy
is
sauce,
if
please.
you actually knocked your soup onto your computer.
No soup for you.
Hey, what happened to the one wonton?
Yeah, the one split with the carrot
It's
jam
long
right
gone.
in it.
Right.
Yeah. No thoughts?
No thoughts.
Wow, this is probably the worst podcast episode in the history of podcasts.
It's not the fastest.
Hell no.
So,
to the no, no,
what
no.
is the next thing, though? It seems like we've reached out and conquered every absurdity in the collectible market, right? Because we're now obsessing over pictures of shit on your phone.
But I mean, even like the relics have gotten super odd. Like it's
Well,
not just like a jersey patch anymore. It's
so-
like sweater patch and
So would you-
sock
would
helmet.
Santa hat, right?
Yeah.
Would you compare that to like Pokemon Go? That's like that when it first came out, it was like everybody in the world was doing it. You're catching characters and you're taking pictures with a character that actually isn't there.
Yeah, but I think that's a little bit different because you're physically going to places. I think it was done more as an exercise thing, not
right.
You're not,
But
eating
it's
Cheetos.
It's huge, yeah.
Going, hey,
You
can
know?
you text me your picture of
Well, maybe the
Kevin
next
Durant?
one is you have to go from LCS to LCS to LCS. and,
Spin a stop.
you
Get a
know,
free pack. Hey, like player of the day. We haven't talked
know,
about player of the day.
You got a rookie, you got to
We
train
should
him.
talk about that, yeah. So I don't
player of
know.
the day basketball.
So yeah, one of the staples with Turf and Dirt, Player of the Day promotions. We participate in the basketball as well as the
Foosball. How come baseball doesn't have
football.
one?
It's a good question. Do not know. Probably because of the licensed. Did I break wind?
No.
'Cause you
What
look
was your
like-
question?
How come
Kevin?
baseball doesn't have player of the day?
Because it's not a huge Panini licensed product.
Oh, didn't I start
But
saying
they-
that when she cut me off?
But they have their names.
Yeah, they don't have the team logos. They can't make the pretty break mats and stuff as easily because
Yeah, I guess.
even though. Oh, I do see Brooklyn. Oh, see, yeah, because they can't. They're gonna have to airbrush out some shizzle for that. So, anyway, so Player of the Day promotion for basketball has released. How that works? So there's two things we're running side by side at Turf and Dirt. Every $50 you spend gets you a ticket. Our giveaway at the end of the month, both on Instagram and in store, we are giving away a Player of the Day T-shirt and a Player of the Day Panini mask. Drawing will be held at the end of the 30-day promote. What the hell was that?
I'm on live.
Good Lord. Mine doesn't do that stuff, so.
eBay.
No,
Boba Fett just landed.
I wish. Anyway, so. Yeah, so Player of the Day. So you come in, you buy a pack of basketball. You pull the wild cards, which are Anthony Edwards and Ja Morant. And then the Player of the Day, I think you said tomorrow's Giannis, right?
Tomorrow's Giannis, so we have some pinnacle of his rookie year.
Correct. Some available. So if you
that
come
would be
in,
a great pool.
you pull it, you'll get a Panini Player of the Day pack. You will also get your name entered, right, on the grand prize giveaway, which is a LaMarcus Aldridge slabbed autograph numbered to 12.
It would have been better if he was in his Blazers uni for up here for the North. I mean,
We were scratching our head why we got the Spurs because typically it's regional.
yeah, he was not a very
And I looked,
not a very fan favorite.
But
Ja
shit.
poster was kind of cool though.
I looked at the checklist though. There were 3 different LeBron James autographed cards that were issued to shops.
Big news today with LeBron.
You had a kid?
He's part owner
Oh, Boston Red
of
Sox.
the Boston Red Sox. That's some. Every athlete is
He's trying to follow in Magic steps.
Yeah, every athlete is trying to dip into the sports, another sport in ownership. LaMelo Ball, though, is going to be on Thursday. That's a good.
So let me ask you this
Rookie
question
rip.
then. You talk about LeBron crossing over into sports ownership, right? Yeah.
Kelsey's done it with the Royals. I think he bought.
Now let's say you cross over into the sports card part, right? We know like Kevin Durant has and a couple other athletes have.
The vault.
Deshaun Watson was showing off his rainbow collection.
Does
the other day.
is that a market influence? Like,
Oh,
are these
100%.
guys going to mess up the card market? Are
If
athletes,
they jump
is
in-
the whole system designed for athletes not to partake?
Well, so like when I saw the picture of Deshaun Watson with his, I don't know if it was Prism
I think it was Prism. yeah.
rainbow, people were irate because they were like, now he has the collection. Nobody else like if he has
Of his own. Like,
Yeah,
that's
if-
some conceited
Well, like
shit.
one-on-ones?
Yeah, well, he had the whole rainbow.
Yeah, he had everything.
So if he had the whole rainbow, he has the one of one. So now nobody else can get his collection.
So
And
was the-
people were pissed off.
Was
about
the
that.
system just arranged to not have these athletes participate because they kind of
Well, because they
kind
can
of skew it
monopolize
and
it.
distort
Well,
it?
Like when that big LeBron card said, and he's like, "It was sold," and he was like, "Ha ha ha."
Because he has like
I
10
know
of
who
them.
else has
Yeah.
a couple more of those, and so yeah, it
Well,
is
like
a little
the Mets
shitty.
owner, like the Mets owner. you know?
Well, yeah,
Well, he
that's-
he
the vault
acquired
and-
a whole grading company.
Yeah.
You all right? What are you fidgeting over there for?
Just getting the comments where I could actually read them.
But yes, I think it is. I don't think athletes should tap into the collecting aspect. They could be an influencer.
Now we
They're
talk
looking,
about
they're looking at it
collecting.
as investments, though. Those guys are talking to their managers or their
Oh,
agents.
I'm sure.
And saying, "Hey, I'd like to invest $200,000 in this. Should I do it? Is it okay?"
does that help speed up the collapse of the card market?
I don't think there's going to be enough athletes to do it to where it's going to
Really?
tamper.
Because there's got to be some athletes that
system.
just don't care about these cards. They just do what they do. And
There's a
get
lot
what
of
they get.
athletes who don't
And,
even
like,
care about the sport besides for when they play. A lot of the
Like
guys
they wouldn't know jack about if
they
they're a
clock
baseball player.
they
don't-
clock out and they don't know what other game's going on, who's playing, who's on what team.
I mean, I've been to baseball
Sure.
games. I've been to ball games when I got in there early, and I'm trying to get autographs and showing these guys, and they're like, I hear some player look at some kid. It's like, oh wow, I never seen this one.
Oh yeah,
You know, some sort of remark like that.
yeah.
And it's like, dude, it's a picture of you, and well, the company owns it. It could have been an action shot.
Yeah.
Just taken from whatever.
Now, if you were a Deshaun Watson collector, that would probably steam your ass a little bit, right?
Yeah, I've seen a lot because I follow him on Instagram.
Because imagine T. Higgins doing that.
Yeah,
Oh,
he,
shit.
he won't even reply to anything. So
Forget about it.
But
T won't.
Deshaun, I've seen him. He's been heavy in the card game recently.
Really?
Yeah, he's been going. There's a card shop in New York that he's been hanging out in. I've seen him big into the market, so I think that's sort of he's one of the guys I've seen sort of influencing the card world.
'Cause I know probably some of the kids, some of their children probably do it.
Yeah, I definitely think because I mean I see a lot of athletes who their kids are asking for autographed jerseys from Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson, you
sure.
know, like other players that they go in
Sure.
up against. Like, hey, that's my favorite player, and their dad's like, well, screw you.
Has sports cards graduated officially from a kid's thing to an official adult thing?
100%.
Well, I mean, in your mind, yes, but do you think in like just the market itself, it's graduated up to the next level?
Yeah, I mean, like,
But we're talking during COVID times.
yeah, but even those
COVID times, I think, are going to exist forever.
yeah, there's
that
a
what you're
BC,
thinking?
AC, DC.
I think that once, I mean, you can't get the toothpaste back in the tube. I think
Oh, I had-
in one degree or another, everything will be affected by COVID 10 years from now.
Yeah, I just wish we'd get more kids like the ones that we had on Sunday. Those two were genuinely just I gave that kid, picked random packs for him throughout years. You know, it was all the way back to the 2014 Topps Chrome I gave him, and he sat there and ripped, and he was excited about every pack that he opened.
So the biggest thing that I always tell people is there's certain things that internet guys don't get when, you know, they're not sitting in a shop and offering that.
Breakers, they
And
don't
yeah,
see
all the
this.
breakers, that's all with them. It's about money, 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 money. And if you tell me it isn't, you're full of shit. But the experiences you get, whether it's a kid or an adult that comes in, doesn't care what they get. They're not jaded by the market, and they're excited at what we would sell a card for 50 cents for.
Yeah,
And they are hugging their mom or dad or their
Oh,
wife,
yeah.
and they're excited and stoked. And
it's refreshing, and that's what I keep looking at.
even the grading stuff I handed to a customer today, when he saw this Kyle Lewis got a 10, like, he's a guy that like usually shows no emotion. And he was even so much he bought a box of cards to celebrate.
Maybe because he knows he's gonna flip it and make more.
Or you got the guy on the flip side the other day where you had to break the news that his Kareem Abdul or what was it? No, Hakeem Olajuwon stuff was fake.
That was Ryan. I think he kind of knew going in, but it was one of those like, if it's not great, but
But that's
that's another cool thing. Like sending that stuff off to Beckett, they give you the letter explaining why it's fake.
It was super.
That's a nice industry.
That was
insight.
very broken down.
Those
Like,
two are frameable.
Yeah, absolutely.
the pace of the way his pen went.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it
how
literally-
detailed
like-
Beckett gets into.
Oh, yeah.
Like they gotta.
They could tell that
they got
he
the
went too
Bellingham
slow.
forensics guy.
And like they'll do like the top of the H. There was too much of a pause.
Yeah, it was.
They're like getting down
It's like
like
forensics,
that.
dude.
Yeah,
It's forensics.
They really. I mean, so it's good to see,
Right.
Because it shows that they really do know what they're talking about. So you're sending something in, and if they're
That's awesome, though.
if they're critiquing it to that little degree,
That story alone is priceless.
yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, it was obvious when I looked at the Hakeem Olajuwon.
it's almost like a Visa commercial.
Why does
it
he
was
look like
called-
Yao Ming? You know, it's like he's not Asian.
That Hakeem had no H.
Yeah, it was Akeem, not Hakeem.
So that,
But
that
but
was
if
the
you
first
looked
thing.
at it though, the A almost looked like an H.
Sure.
Right? Like if you were just
So then
at
it's
a
missing an A?
glance,
It was missing the H.
it was
So
missing the
it's
H.
like Keem,
It was
Yeah,
Akeem.
it was Akeem.
Akeem.
Akeem. So yeah.
And that wasn't like the Mexican distributed cards, right?
It was.
The
It
accents
was
are
on a.
different and
It was
stuff,
on a
yeah.
magazine.
Yeah, it was like an NBA promoed magazine. It was
Yeah.
like something the NBA put out. So, but this is 1985, right? We know athletes' autographs change over a period of time. So it was conceivable that
It's possible.
he added an H later on.
over the years, he
right?
decided he wanted.
He
to be
cut
Hakeem.
it. He cut it down because the college kids, it was too much work.
Yeah.
adding that H.
It's
So
like Lou Alcindor. Come on.
well, there we go.
Kareem Abdul.
There we go. I love it when I see a basketball card that says Lou Alcindor.
Yeah, I know. People are like,
Then
who
you
the
know
hell
you're
is
getting
that
some
guy?
value. So, all right. Ask Cards Corner. Let's get. She looks very
Smirky.
smirky. Yeah.
Or
If it's
pissed.
if
I'm
it's
pissed
PS if it's PSA, we're just you got
Yeah,
all your
PSA
sound
just
effects.
next.
Is
I
it
got my sound
PS? Is it
effects.
PS pissed?
Fuck you!
It's
He
next.
pull it
just
up.
dropped it. He dropped it like it was
I
hot.
dropped.
Pull up my eardrums.
Am I gonna be happy or unhappy?
This is the song that never.
I'm being
ends.
serious. Am I gonna be happy or unhappy?
I don't know. She's
So
waiting.
this is my sound effect for
First question.
if it's a PSA question.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Who the hell cares?
Jimmy didn't think that was
She
funny.
roostered it too.
Is that from Family Guy?
She found this teacher.
There's this
Soundboard.
soundboard of all sorts of things.
All right.
Yeah,
All
there's
right.
a lot of comments
Okay.
that don't pertain to Ask Cards Corner.
About what?
Just as you guys were talking, Dusty put a bunch of comments.
Oh fuck,
and
Dusty, go to bed.
It doesn't do me any good to just give you guys a one-line comments.
Okay.
I can answer this one. Episodes are releasing
Whenever
as soon
she
as
does
I get
it.
them done.
Next question.
They were really close to being done, and then somehow I edited.
There was a
over the
technical
video.
snafu. We would probably be 3/4 of the way done with the 4 episodes, but we did have a technical snafu.
It happens.
Just think though, this is episode 5.
You got lots.
You're
of
gonna
lot
have
to
a
do.
flood of new content here pretty quick.
Hey, is that a Hakeem or like Hakeem
Yeah.
starting
Start.
lineup back there?
No, it is Michael Jordan.
Okay. What's your thoughts on the women's patch on the Justin Herbert?
Women's patch?
Yeah,
So there was a Justin Herbert.
I don't follow.
It was a
Breast cancer?
no. It was a laundry tag, and in the laundry tag, it was women's something or other. It was on Instagram today.
Huh? I'm
Is it like
surprised-
shoe sizing where it
I'm
has men's
surprised-
and women's sizing?
I'm surprised you don't
I
know
haven't
this.
seen it. I haven't been on my phone.
See,
a whole
I
lot
don't.
today.
I don't search this shit on my phone, but now I'm intrigued enough that I gotta do the search because I don't know what. I didn't hear anything about this, and I would be intrigued to hear.
I have no clue. I haven't heard about it and not looking it up.
Let's see.
You found it? I want to see the lingerie tag.
The minute you do the search of Justin Herbert women's, they talk about all of the damn Chargers jerseys.
Women's.
Yeah, come
I
on.
thought it was gonna be like pressing charges. What other question do we have while
Yeah,
we
let's-
Google? And because I don't want to look up.
We're still our research department still.
I thought that was you, Tony.
Yeah, come on.
What?
Research department.
I am.
So here's
Here's
a
a
Still
comment.
does that shit. It still
Oh,
does
fuck.
that shit.
I went to Justin women's.
That's all it does. It just
I'll
brings
look on-
up all the
I'll
damn
look on
jerseys.
Instagram here in a second.
Okay.
My best friend's looking pretty good up there.
What?
Leave it at that.
your best.
My best friend is looking pretty good up there.
Tell him to fucking go to bed.
He still works here.
Kenny Galladay.
Okay, that was all the actual questions.
Okay, I got a
quick.
question.
Really?
Is that Kenny Galladay helmet worth more today than it is in a couple days?
Why?
If he signs somewhere else, do you drop that price or does that price stay? Because it's not like a card.
That's actually a good question. I honestly, I think that would be fluid.
Because it's not like a Hall of Famer to where he did play for that team.
He made almost zero impact on that legacy of that team.
Yeah, so it's like Kenny Galladay, if he signs and does it change the price?
I would probably lower it. I would
Yeah.
probably lower the price just to move it at that point.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, if you're a Lions fan, is Galladay a big enough player that you want his autograph for his tenure?
Now, flip side that. If that was a Matthew Stafford helmet in Europe, because you're not a Detroit fan, but you are a fan of...
I think it stays the same.
You think it's, regardless, he's had a big enough impact on that
I think
organization that it doesn't matter.
He's a Lion. Like, so...
Who? Stafford?
Stafford. If
of
that
course.
if that helmet was a Stafford helmet, you wouldn't drop the price.
But
Now that he's
Galladay...
on- he signs with a new team this week. You drop the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and most likely that'll probably be a helmet I put up on the Old Bay.
Yeah.
Well, what about what's his name to going to the Steelers?
Who?
Haskins.
Well, I think his price.
I will
has dropped.
I will spray paint his Redskins jersey black
You know-
if I need to.
Greatest thing though, I thought was hilarious is today the Cincinnati signed a Steeler cornerback. I
saw that.
not very
Deontay Johnson? I don't know who.
No,
I'm just throwing out names.
Mike Hilton, but not very. I don't ever does it happen where they go in between teams, this Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. But then the one rumor of a player movement is Juju possibly to a New York team, either the Jets or the Giants. But Carl Lawson unfortunately left Cincinnati to go to the Jets. But
So that means he's going to the Giants.
But if Juju goes to the Jets, there's no way that those two get onto the same team. I think I would have a hard time when there's so much bad blood between players and then they end up on the same team. How does that?
And then you usher
But
that in because they didn't negotiate or talk about that ahead of time. Going,
I think that would be a tough
bad
sell.
idea.
I think that would be it's like the Golden Tate and Russell Wilson. You know, we got to separate you guys.
Sure. But they didn't want that. They don't want Russell Wilson staying in the NFC. They want him to stay in the AFC.
Oh yeah, no, that's so. I think it's just,
Why?
And there's even talk about trying to. Some team should bring back Andrew Luck.
Oh yeah, I heard about that like right after the season.
Yeah.
There's the player movement is as a sports
Hot stove.
podcast. The player movement is some of the more exciting things.
Is that like a burner that hurts?
Yeah. Kinda.
Like at the beginning of yesterday, it was a lot of re-signs. Nobody really left their team.
Like resigns or
Re-signing.
re-signs? Oh, re-signing.
And then
I've
all-
seen if he was still drunk.
And then all of a sudden, it hit after Shaquille Barrett, like some of those guys, those bigger name guys off the top 100 list. Then it started being thrown. I mean, Marvin Jones is going to Jacksonville. You got all the Alex Smith, I think, is one of the quarterbacks who doesn't have a home yet.
Right.
Tyrod Taylor going to the Texans. Jacoby Brissett to Miami. Winston is staying in New Orleans.
Yep.
Andy Dalton going to Chicago.
So what does it say about Taysom Hill, though, if they re-sign Jameis?
But Taysom Hill got re-signed
With
Winston. They both got re-signed.
But are they looking... Because
They've made it clear it's a battle. That they said it already. It's between the two of them.
So they're giving Taysom Hill a legit shot at starting quarterback next season.
they said there's no...
remember that
it's-
first game this past season.
It's
he lit him
not...
up.
They said, no, it's nobody's job. You guys fight. It's Hunger Games.
I
Go.
do know where you can find a Drew Brees legacy print plate.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm just dropping that
But,
now.
hey,
So
could it-
contact us. If you
Could
need
that
to
be
know.
worth more? Because it says it's a legacy.
That's an
Drew
eBay one of
Drew
67.
Brees' legacy. It doesn't. That doesn't mean the card.
Oh
type. It's
man,
his
I just
legacy.
I just felt warmness from my socks down.
But there's a lot.
I know it. You didn't realize I was that
If
cerebral,
it's not logical, it throws me off.
right? You didn't realize I was that cerebral.
No. Oh, yeah, cerebral.
Oh, I'm cerebral.
The player movement is fun because I think it also deals with like I said, the card value. Because now do guys' careers start to turn around? Do they take off? You know, a Corey Davis, like quarterbacks, like you said, the quarterbacks are the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Does Andy Dalton have a Kurt Warner second half of his career?
I hope so.
You know, does he go to Chicago and do they take off and do they make it to the playoffs?
What
or
did they
does he
call him?
win?
Red Lightning?
It's the
Red
red
rifle.
Red Rifle.
It's not the Red Rocket. That's what
And then you got like guys
Who's the
like,
Red Rocket?
they always call him that because that's what a
Red
dog's
Rocket.
little penis is.
Oh,
They what about
wow, he was
like
right. He was
Fitzgerald-
all roofied up about that.
Wasn't Fitzgerald contemplating retiring until
I
they
thought
signed
he.
JJ?
I thought he was retiring,
Well, they signed JJ Watt.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted JJ Watt to Pittsburgh. Get all the brothers over there, you know.
but he went to
Arizona.
Well, but Fitzpatrick went to the Redskins.
Yeah. He's in a battle against
Is
Hinkie?
Alex Smith?
Against
did they release
the Heineke,
him?
yeah.
Heineke.
So he's-
Heineke.
He is free.
He is free. So, but at this point, all the spots have sort of been filled.
Except for the Raiders, which is the
Derek
big
Carr
one,
is
too.
still there,
I know, and I love Derek.
and Mariota's still there, I believe.
I
That's
love
the other-
Mariota.
That's the other hotbed guy.
Yeah, so I don't like, but every team has filled it with space filler because this with the draft that will change. You know, you'll have some competition, but the teams that needed a quarterback, I think the Jets technically they still have Sam Darnold. I know there's still rumors of Watson going there, Jets shipping Darnold out. 49ers, does Alex Smith goes back to San Francisco? I mean, that could be nobody
Wow,
wants.
that would be a
Where's Zach Ertz
storybook.
going? You know, where's Zach Ertz going?
Oh, yeah. But I think that could be a cool one. Alex Smith go back to San
To the
Francisco,
CFL.
and he starts. Garoppolo goes and finishes his modeling career.
You know,
So.
now I'm curious though because the Russell Wilson hiccup, right? In that,
I think it's dead now.
essentially
as much as I
that's what
wanted him
it
to get
was
traded.
though. Was that a thing that he did on purpose to really get his profile up, or was it a legitimate like thing?
I feel like he's a very calculated person, and I don't think that this was calculated. I don't think this was thought
So this
out.
just spiraled out of control on its own, pretty much.
I think it was not what he wanted.
I was
his
curious, but I'm going to be honest.
appearance.
I was curious to see what Seattle fans were going to do if Russell left. I was going to see how many fires they would set to
man.
Hummus Field or whatever it is.
I was going to go
Let
around.
me ask you a question. What categorizes a player's card, to be his rookie card?
The rookie card symbol.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because they announced that Trevor Lawrence is going to have a Topps announced with a 50 card set.
50 card set,
right?
yeah.
Created by the brother and sister-in-law, and it's kind of like artsy and stuff.
Yeah, it
is
is.
that considered?
No.
because they're
No.
asking. They're asking, is that considered would that be considered a rookie card?
No.
No,
They're saying the answer's up to you.
it's not his rookie
No,
card.
but it's not. If you are by industry standard, that is a novelty set.
it's like
it's not
saying-
even a legitimate football set.
It's like saying the Prism draft picks is the rookie cards for players. No,
I mean, you could make the argument because it says RC on it, but
but it's. I think if
that's
you're
coming back,
Leaf is doing the Tops Now version of Pro Set. We have some Trevor Lawrence coming, so
exciting stuff.
yuck. I'm not a fan of the college
I mean,
stuff.
so we looked up the Bernie Sanders.
Oh god, the tops now.
mittens.
Yeah.
Over 90,000 were
Sold?
printed.
Oh.
Yeah, that people ordered.
Oh shit.
The Biden, right? Presidential,
Yeah.
50,000.
Bernie Mittens.
Yeah, Bernie Mittens over 90 grand.
Little
I think that
B-mitts.
sets the record.
Jay Inslee.
Yeah.
You know, the funny part is they were excited over at the time the article was written, there was the card they mentioned, wasn't it like Tatis or something? Vladdy, that was like $14,000 ordered.
What
Or
was-
14,000
what was that?
cards
It's a
were
print
ordered.
run.
Was it Baby Vladdy?
Yeah, it was the Tops Now
Of him
from
and his dad.
19. And Tops was excited because 14,000 people had ordered it. Well, yeah, now Bernie Sanders one is over 90,000.
Damn.
And the Fauci was, I know we talked about this, but the Fauci mask one was north of 50,000
Jesus.
ordered. So,
It's just that novelty thing. Like, it's.
but after you pay your money, right? Because I bought it from a dude, bought two of them.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that is a vacant hole in your wallet that doesn't get refilled.
Ever.
So if you're a business where you have perpetual money coming in and going
Yeah.
out, right? You kind of fill that hole. It's easier to weather. But if you're a collector, right, with not that constant ability to usher in a hole filler, how the hell after thinking back in my days as a collector, after 5 or 6, man, I'm financially busted
Yeah. I want to know
because I don't believe in working.
with the Don Russ that just came
Hard.
out. I've said it already a couple times, but the out of 19 emoji COVID mask inserts out of Don Russ, valuable. I think long term
No.
I think so. I think it's going to be hysterical.
Is that
I think our producer has something to say.
is that a shame on Don Russ though?
I think-
Panini for doing that.
No,
shit.
I think it's brilliant.
Brilliant.
I think it's absolutely brilliant because I definitely see when my kids are getting older and they have that card, I see it having that. Damn, that you got that 20.
22 years. You got the
Because-
COVID mask.
And then it took me a while until I said it out loud, but why it was numbered to 19.
do you think there'll be a time that we talk about COVID like we talk about the Spanish flu?
I don't talk about the Spanish flu.
Well, do you ever talk about the Spanish flu?
No hablo inglés.
Yeah, but I just think it's going to be something that it's going to be remembered. It's
Apparently,
gonna be a big,
I'm more cerebral than these two.
It's going to
so.
be a big one, and I think it's an insert that I've been trying to find, but I struck out.
I looked for the Evan White COVID mask.
You've looked-
I haven't found it.
But the thing is,
so.
it sucks because now I was hoping it was just in the base prints, but it's in inserts designs. So, I mean, you could find several different Evan Whites.
Did you find out that we're eating lentil soup tonight, and that's why you slammed your shit down? You're like, damn it.
Well, Cards Corner, we're out.
All right, so
I have another question.
yep.
Okay, last night's PSA reveal
Yep.
had a bunch of 10s, way more than I've ever seen in a Beckett lot. Do you think that is to be attributed to this or really good subs?
I think that's a hard one to determine. We haven't subbed much with Beckett, so I can't run a dual comparison. When we crunched the numbers and found out that 51 of our 100 were coming back 10s, to say that I was shocked would be an understatement, because that seemed to me quite a bit. Especially for somebody like me who doesn't do a lot of prep of cards. I look at them, if it's chromey, I see a fingerprint, I wipe it off the surface. I'm looking in great detail of a surface with my powerful light. But outside of, kicking back a card that I think would be a 9 or an 8 and wiping a surface down, other than that, I don't touch the cards. So they're in the raw, so to
Do you
speak.
think it would be smarter for PSA to not give out so many 10s?
Well, I think
It's all their discretion.
But if they are,
it is.
if they are 10s, they are 10s.
But are they?
But who? I mean, they're determining that, right?
Yeah, it's their discretion. So that's what I'm
They're the
saying.
experts.
Could they say, "Oh well, I saw something on there."
If Gem
9.5.
Mint, if Gem Mint PSA is important to them, Gem Mint 10, then yeah, I mean they make it so it's a harder grade to
Kind of
get.
like a black label.
Yeah.
I just don't see why I would
Like a Beckett Black Label. Like, here's a good example, right? We talked about this with the Jordan cards. Beckett Black Label Jordans, out of over 11,000 have been submitted to Beckett, only 6. That's less than on two hands got a Black Label 10. 6.
Yeah.
9 5s, there were 300 and some
Yeah,
odd.
see?
PSA 10s, there were, I think the number was what, 560? Something like, anyway, a lot more.
Yeah.
So,
So then a black labeled card is worth more than
yeah,
PSA 10.
Yeah, I've never seen a Black Label in person. I've heard about them, like Sasquatch, right? People had a picture of one
See,
once.
so then in my eyes, then a 10 is not.
He doesn't believe in you either.
if you
nothing.
offered me a Black Label 10 Jordan and then a PSA 10 Jordan, Black Label 10 every day and 3 times on Sunday.
Yeah, see, I think that's what I'm thinking is weird.
and dinner.
Interesting.
Breast snacks.
Breast snacks? Like boobs?
No, I said snacks. What about
Breast. You said breast.
snacks? You said breast.
I think his roofie's
I don't know.
trickling over into me. So
Extended release. Extended release.
that was it was an osmosis roofie.
Great show, boys.
Uncut.
That it?
That is all the questions.
Well, if our great audience doesn't have anything else for us, that wraps up our show today.
All right, bestie.
I'm gonna throw up. I hate that word. That's like moist.
Moist.
I hate the.
We are moist and we are out.
All right, guys. We will see you next time.